Is Valorant falling into the Overwatch trap? If you remember back in Overwatch 1, the release of Brigitte spawned the GOATS composition that essentially ruined the Overwatch pro scene. It was a dark time for Overwatch players as the only comp you could go was GOATS into GOATS. And with that, the meta became very stale and a lot of players quit because they're sick of just playing those same 6 characters over and over again. Now, Thinking Man Valorant, who is a YouTuber I really enjoy and I believe to have great insight and theoretical ideas on Valorant, made an interesting video comparing the GOATS comp in Overwatch to what's happening in Valorant right now, and it kind of makes sense. The Valorant meta right now is in a good and healthy spot, but there is one glaring issue: initiators. There is no doubt that the initiator class is the strongest class in Valorant. They do it all. If you look at multiple tier lists, you can see that all the initiators are rated either in the S or A tier. The lowest ranked initiator is usually Skye, and she's placed in the A tier. She's still better than half of the cast. That means all 5 initiators are pretty much some of the top performing characters in the game. Looking back at Valorant Worlds and most of the Valorant Pro play in the past year, every map in the game was usually played the same way, with 1 duelist, 1 controller, 1 chamber, and 2 initiators. It was the same thing every time. Similar to GOATS comp, this setup is standard and powerful, so why would you try something else like 2 controllers when you know 2 initiators works perfectly? The answer is easy. Initiators bring so much into their kit that it seems like a loss to not have 2 on your team. Initiators are also the only class with defined subgroups in recon initiators like Sova and Fade, and flash initiators with Breach, Skye, and KO. So it makes sense to have 2 on your team because a Fade is going to do things completely differently than a KO. Being able to gain intel, push sights, stun, smoke, flash, anything that has some sort of area denial or area control is extremely powerful in Valorant, and every single initiator has multiple forms of those in their kit. It's honestly overloaded. Now, do I think this is a problem? Not yet. But I do believe if the meta doesn't shift in the next 6 months, it's going to get pretty stale. I mean, how many people are sick of Chamber being in every single pro match? We're already seeing 3 initiators being played on Ascent as a standard play practice. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a 4 initiator with a Chamber comp somewhere in the works. The main takeaway is that the maps in Valorant should influence different classes and different roles to perform better. A good example of a map allowing different comps would be Breeze. Breeze has the potential to be a 2 controller map with the introduction of Harbor. Viper and Harbor are both really good on Breeze, and having 2 walls on such a big map like Breeze could be the new comp. The Viper Harbor comp in Breeze would be something new and exciting to see pro players play. So what are your thoughts on this initiator GOATS comparison? Do you think that there is proof that this could be a problem? Let us know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.